We're also watching the situation in California this morning, which is being hit by another major storm. Heavy rains bringing flash flooding and threats of more landslides. Water is rushing through the streets of Montecito, California right now. That's northwest of Los Angeles. Heavy rain there has prompted an evacuation order for everyone in the community. Now, this is an affluent area home to many celebrities, Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres, as well as Harry and Meghan. Just north of L.A., fire crews had to work quickly to rescue two people who were trapped in their vehicle. It had plunged 4.5 meters down a sinkhole caused by all that rain. Steve Futterman is in L.A. for the very latest.
One after another, they call them in many cases these atmospheric rivers that are just dumping enormous amounts of rain in a short period of time, both in Southern California and Northern California. Here in Southern California, you mentioned Montecito, which is just north of where I am right now. That's an area that suffered a really deadly mudslide in 2018. 23 people were killed. It's an area that's very vulnerable to mudslides, and that's one of the big concerns, Heather, because of the mountains, the hillsides being so saturated with storm after storm, the hillsides just can't hold up in many cases, and that's what's a big concern for people. Now, in Ventura, which is just around maybe 20 miles from Montecito, they had the downtown area flooded. People had to be rescued. They were trapped in their vehicles. You saw that sinkhole where people got trapped in. It's just been a miserable night here. Some people have had power outages as well. Trees down, power lines down, rivers, creeks, streams overflowing. And again, it's going to continue raining here today.
You know, Steve, every time we talk, it's either droughts and fires or floods and landslides. It's just extraordinary, the weather systems and the extreme weather that affect California. So that's sort of the situation close to where you are. Any other parts of the state that we should be paying attention to as well?
Well, yes, especially Northern California. Northern California, the San Francisco Bay Area, areas around there, Santa Cruz, San Jose, Sacramento, they have been getting even more of a hard hit from these atmospheric rivers. They've been hit much harder than Southern California, and they're again seeing the cumulative effects. And we've had a number of deaths, at least 14 people in the state confirmed dead. That's according to Governor Gavin Newsom, who, of course, has declared California, these parts of California, disaster areas so they can get some help from the federal government and the state government. There's a 5-year-old boy who was swept away in a river that was just raging. He has not been found. They've actually called off the search right now, so that may be a very sad ending there. But it's just been these horrible situations. And in Northern California today, they will get even more rain than Southern California. And the forecast in the north especially is not looking good. Rain day after day after day through the end of the week. There may be a bit of a respite here for the next 24 hours, but more rain in Southern California as well. And again, I keep mentioning, hate to keep saying it, but the cumulative effect, when you have storm after storm after storm, the ground can only hold up so much water. The hillsides can hold up only to some degree as they keep being pounded. And the mudslides are the big concern. You may have seen a picture a bit before of a big tree, a pine tree coming down. That shows you the effects of the water in even these large forest areas. So it's not a very pretty picture. People are being advised, if they can, to stay home, work from home. They've gotten used to that during the pandemic. They should use that right now if they can, and just deal with it. Of course, thousands and thousands of people are without electricity as power lines have been down as well. So it's just not going to be a very pleasant picture the rest of the day in many parts of California and throughout the week.
There's Steve Futterman from Los Angeles.